Hey guys, it's that Dividend guy coming at you with another stock market news update. So today is Thursday. We're looking at the Robinhood IPO today. So the shares are priced and set to trade today for Thursday. So Robinhood is expected to start trading in the public market under the ticker symbol HOOD on Thursday with an initial price of $38, giving the company's a valuation of $31.8 billion, the Wall Street Journal's reported. This is at the lower end of its expected $38 to $42 range the company expected. The investing app offers an easy way for investors to buy stocks, ETFs, and even cryptocurrency on the platform. Robinhood is a key component of the retail trading boom we have saw over the past year and a half, another reason its IPO has been so hotly anticipated. In an unusual move, the company is offering about a third of its shares to its own users. Typically, companies do not offer shares to regular investors directly. Instead, someone who wants to buy a company's stock on IPO day simply gets on the public markets as you would any other stock. Robinhood had around 17.7 million users by the end of March, but since then has continued to grow and it's reached around 22.5 million users, making it a serious player in the retail brokerage sector. The IPO's unique offering to its own customers may give it a competitive advantage. Users invested in the company may be more likely to remain brokerage customers. Regular investors can buy shares directly through the app at offering, which may mean fewer people to buy shares as trading begins. So observers will be watching to see how big the IPO pop is, if any. 2020's IPOs have had some of the biggest pops seen in recent memory, while 2021 has seen less of this effect. Through Robinhood, it's set to go public as a mature company. The startup mentality is barely in the rearview mirror. The accident-prone company settled FINRA for $70 million, the biggest fine in the authorities' history, right before announcing its plans to go public with an S1. Among a laundry list of issues were outages, which occurred at times when trading volatility surged. This was unrelated to other outages over the winter when the company was forced to pause trading of certain stocks like GameStop. In its preparation for IPO, the company has professionalized itself significantly from its Silicon Valley break things mentality that has led it to carve out its position so quickly. Upending how brokerages make money, one of the platform's key innovations was not to charge fees for trading and instead allow users to make them for free. Instead, the company makes a large portion of its revenue from payment to order flow, in which another company pays Robinhood for the right to process its trades at a price at better than the prices of the exchanges. The company that executes Robinhood's trade gets to know about how its investors are buying and selling, which is valuable information. Going forward, the public will have a much better glimpse at what is going on in the company, which only recently disclosed its user numbers, an amount of assets in its custody, as well as pending litigation and other issues at risk. So guys, there's a couple of things that are really important about this IPO. One, this is one of the biggest brokerage firms. They did completely change the landscape with free trading. That is not how they make their money. They do it by order flow. So you don't get charged on Robinhood, and that is something that a lot of other brokerages, M1 and Webull, have copied right out of Robinhood's book. So the other thing that I do want to point out that's really important is this is such an unusual IPO because it gave its users the power first. So usually with an IPO, the private investors who have been in the company for a while, maybe the founders or the startups, they have an opportunity to sell out of their stock before it goes public, which is usually why they drop. Because if they don't want to be in the company anymore, like what happened with Uber, it was all over the place because a lot of people sold that had held the company, and of course, the company, blitzed up once it went public. But the thing is, with this, and this is a point that they make in the article as well, they actually offered it to Robinhood's users, and this is really important as well. They talk about how it could actually be a competitive advantage for them. This possibly could be building a moat for Robinhood as a trading brokerage because people invest in what they use. If you use Gillette, you probably should be investing in Procter and Gamble. If you drink 5 Coca-Colas a day like Warren Buffett, you should probably be in Coca-Cola. People invest in what they understand and what they use. And a lot of people use Robinhood as a trading brokerage. Around 22 million users are on the platform. And so giving people the option to buy at IPO is kind of a competitive advantage, because the people who are interested and wanted to buy it on IPO day have been given the opportunity to buy it even quicker and possibly at the best price, because they buy it before right when the market opens, but before all the people are buying and selling, before people even have an option to buy the stock, they are actually in it already. So they're in it at open, and that gives them a really big competitive advantage, because I don't think a lot of other brokerages do that. I don't know if Vanguard has a Vanguard stock or T. Rowe Price has a T. Rowe Price stock. I don't know. I don't know if there are any other brokerages that are hosting an IPO and giving it to their users prior to it being public, and then have it on the public markets. So I don't know if other brokerages like Fidelity and whatnot own their own, or like promote their stock like that, or gave their investors the opportunity to purchase the stock, because that's going to make the investors stick with Robinhood because they own it. Like I said, if you drink Coca-Cola, odds are I own Coca-Cola, I drink it. So, you see what I'm saying? Like, if you use a product, you're more likely to not only own it, but stick with it as well. So I think that is really important, because 22.5 million users use Robinhood every single day for their brokerage, their retirement portfolios, retail investors. They're definitely using it. So if they have the option to buy it, and they do, that's phenomenal, because I think that gives a lifetime customer. Like, investing isn't something that you generally go in and then go out in a day. This is a long-term game, even if you're doing growth stocks. So I think that is really important, and gives Robinhood an advantage, because people are investing in the company, and they're more likely to stick with it long term if that's the case. And not to mention, Robinhood has changed the game. They mentioned this in the article as well, but it's made investing more popular. More people are investing now than any other time in history, because they have it available to them. Robinhood not only gave retail investors, so the small guy like me, an opportunity to invest, they also let them invest for free, which completely changed the game. Most of the time, you would have to pay a brokerage fee in order to get into the public market. As in, when I bought a stock, I'd have to pay, $1 or $2, whatever they decided was going to be their fee, for buying and for selling. So if you didn't like a stock, you had to pay a fee for it. If you wanted to buy more, you had to pay a fee. And the thing is, that really ate into returns. And I think a lot of people initially that were maybe in Fidelity or Vanguard, or a place where even the funds weren't really bad or outrageous, they came to Robinhood because it was free. They weren't going to get charged $3 to buy, AT&T stock at $20 a share. It ate into their returns, and I think people saw that and jumped ship. The other thing is, with that power, it kind of gave Robinhood users the ability to give the finger to these big hedge funds. I mean, we've seen the GameStop boom. We saw the AMC stock shoot up as well. Those investors on Reddit and Wall Street Bets wouldn't be in the market if it wasn't for Robinhood. They made it possible, and I think that's awesome. They shifted the power to the retail investor, and with that power comes more people, right? People want to make a difference. People want to make fucking money, right? And Robinhood gave the guy that only has $20 to his name an opportunity to make money. And some people don't like that, but I think it's phenomenal, because think about it. Most of the time, somebody my age, I'm 25, wouldn't have even been investing. Think about it. Most of the time, people my age don't invest. And Robinhood was the company that really made kids and people my age want to invest. And that's phenomenal. So now you have all of these, 22 million people more investing that probably wouldn't have been doing it otherwise. And not only that, they screwed over hedge funds and made a crap ton of money. So I can see why this is such a wanted IPO, why it's so important, because Robinhood changed the game. They gave power to the small investor. And if you're part of that culture, I think you should want to own Robinhood stock. It won't surprise me if a lot of the users that were offered this IPO buy it, because Robinhood gave them power. And I think that's the moat that Robinhood has, is that they were the first to do it. They have all these copiers. M1 Finance is doing free trading now. Weeble's doing free trading now. I think Fidelity did it as well. But they were the first people to do it and really give power to the little guy. And I think that's important. I think that's really what sets Robinhood apart. And of course, they had issues trading, blocking people from buying certain stocks. They had outages during market hours. They've had some problems, but I think that over time, that's gonna stop happening. And I think once they immerse their users into owning the company, I think that's going to be a huge game changer. Honestly, I think it's going to make them shape up, because they technically work for us now, right? So it's just interesting to see, and it will be really interesting to see what happens with the stock later on today. So if you guys are buying the IPO, it's said to be at $38 a share. Let me know if you guys are buying the stock. I personally am not. I'm going to be watching it like a hawk, though. I'm interested to see, as they said in the article, if there is a big pop, because most of the time with IPOs, you either have people who have held the stock privately, they sell it off, or maybe they hold it and wait, thinking that it's going to pop, and then they sell it. So usually IPOs are pretty volatile, but that's kind of the name of the game with IPOs. But given the fact that the Robinhood users were given the opportunity to buy it before the market, the overall market offering, I think we might see more of a stable IPO, simply because, as it said in the article as well, the investors that want it on Robinhood are already going to have it. So unless they're waiting for it to either dip, waiting to see a dip in the stock to buy it. So I think we might see less of a volatile offering. And it will be interesting to see how other hedge funds and stuff react to this. It'll be cool to see who ends up buying it. I'm actually kind of interested to see how many hedge funds scoop up the company that, gave them hell. But guys, let me know if you are planning on buying the stock. I'm always interested to see, how IPOs go as well. I was really interested in the Airbnb IPO as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to hit the subscribe button on my channel, That Dividend Guy. And let me know down in the comments below if you are planning on buying Robinhood stock. Like I said, I'll be watching it tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see, how it fluctuates throughout the day. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later on today with a Robinhood portfolio update. Take care, guys.